Hey, I'm Kai. I just swapped out the pickups on my Balaguer Synthwave Espada out for some Humbucker-Sized single coils. Let's talk about them. So this Espada has shown up on the channel a bunch of times in the past. It previously had a set of Balaguer Evergreen humbuckers in it. That's their sort of take on the PAF style pickup. They were a versatile set of humbucker pickups that suited pretty much everything you could throw at it. It did rock, it did metal, it did pop punk, all of those sort of humbucker oriented genres. Recently I've been trying to pare down my guitars and go for as few as possible to get as much done as possible, and I found myself gravitating towards the Tokai for that PAF style thing. That redundancy gave me some room to swap the pickups in this Espada, and I was in sort of two minds about it. I was either going to go down the modern metal route and go for Fishman Fluence modern pickups with the active wiring and the 9-volt battery in the back and everything, or I was going to go for some humbucker-sized single coils. Something to imitate that sort of Fender-y type thing that you may get from something like a Jazzmaster. As you probably figured, I went for these single coils. These are the Balaguer Austral and Ebb set. This is essentially a Tele-style pickup in the bridge and a Strat-style pickup in the neck. So for this video, I've set up a pretty monstrous Fractal FM3 preset so that I can showcase a wide range of tones and really get to know what this guitar is sounding like now. This preset is way overkill for what this video calls for, but I was having so much fun with it, and I definitely just got carried away. In a bid to keep the talking to a minimum during the tone section, I'm going to throw up what's in the preset on screen. I'll start out on a super basic Fender-y type of clean tone so that we can just hear what these pickups are doing. We'll hear the neck pickup, then we'll hear the middle position, then we'll hear the bridge pickup. I'll also kick on a clon style drive and go for the middle position so that we can hear it with a little bit more aggression to it. Immediately, this sound is nothing like humbuckers, even split humbuckers. They're brighter, they've got a lot of that classic Strat style spank to them, and also dropping them into this guitar means I've got all of the modern accoutrements I've come to love. It's hard to find a single coil loaded hardtail guitar at the best of times, let alone one with a modern fretboard radius and stainless steel frets. Switching the amp out again now, we're going to go for a Soldano SLO 100 type crunch thing, and we'll go through the different pickup positions yet again. We'll hear the neck first, then we'll hear the middle position, then the bridge. I've also been loving this tone boosted with the Blues OD and the Fractal, so let's hear this one on the bridge position for some extra grit. The single coils are just adding an awful lot of cut that I'm really enjoying, and they don't sound weak like you may expect single coils to sound. Next up, I'm going to go for a pretty classic sort of solo tone, the big sustainy lead with lots of wet effects. I'm not going to flick through all of the pickup positions for every tone I've got set up in this video, because there are quite a few of them, so this is just going to be on the neck pickup. There is a little bit of noise coming along with this setup, but not that much more than I would expect to hear with humbuckers. Again, I'm just surprised at how well this works given that these are single coil pickups. I expected there to be some drawbacks, but I'm not really experiencing any so far. So a big reason why I went for single coil pickups is to see how well they pair with fuzz pedals. If you've been around my channel at all before, you will know that I absolutely love fuzz pedals and that I've demoed them a bunch here on the channel, and it's a big part of what I do. This is going to be a little bit different since this is a Fractal FM3 preset. We're rocking a digital fuzz, so there's no impedance, magic mojo, whatever you want to call it. It will give us a good idea of the sound nonetheless. Normally with super fuzzy big muffs like this, I find that humbuckers can have a tendency to fold in on themselves, while these single coils don't really experience that to such the same degree. I do also have a lead version of this emo grungy sort of thing set up, where I've swapped out the big muff for a rat and I've added in some other effects on top. I think maybe I went a little bit too extreme for this preset for demo purposes, but like I mentioned previously, I was having fun when I set this one up. And really, isn't that what this is all about? Anyway, another setup that I find myself having issues with humbuckers quite a lot is octave riffs. It's easy for humbuckers to lose clarity and note definition when you're using an octaver, and the single coil should help to keep them nicely separated. So this is what it sounds like on the single coil in the bridge position. I am absolutely obsessed with that sound. It is so addicting to play to, and I could do an entire video just running through this. The next tone is going to be an ambient sort of thing, and this is usually where I would use split coils, especially when I have the cabinet disabled as I do in this preset. Let's hear what this is doing. We're going to be on the middle position for this. A lot of that tone was definitely in the wet effects, and maybe the pickups didn't matter all that much, but you should have heard the single coils adding a nice little bit of sparkle to it. Finally, let's go for some absolute chaos. Post-rock lead tone with wet effects both before and after the amplifier, just completely drenched and drowned out. This is sort of the area I would like this guitar to be in the future. It would be great to use this as my grunge, emo, alternative, indie, post-rock thing, I guess. It should be a good guitar for pairing with pedals and effects, and this is a very effect-heavy preset. Overall, I am very impressed with these pickups, as you can probably tell by the depth of the preset I've created for them. This isn't a sponsored video. I purchased these pickups direct from Balaguer. These cost about £220 for the set. A lot of people go for the Humbucker-Sized P90 pickups, and I don't really see many Humbucker-Sized single coils going around. They definitely sound great, and I think I'd like to get an A-B comparison going with my Schecter Nick Johnston's Strat-style guitar at some point in the future, as well as some A-B comparisons against humbuckers, of course. I love the no-nonsense approach for this guitar now that I've stripped out the push-pull knob. It's now just 2 pickups, a 3-way blade switch, and a volume knob. No tone knob, no push-pulls, no accidents. This guitar definitely feels like new ground for me, really. It doesn't really feel like tones I've had before, and it's opening up so many opportunities and just generally getting me super inspired to play. Expect to see this one cropping up again in some future videos soon. Before I say goodbye though, I do just want to do one more tone. This is the clean tone with a couple of wet effects added. That is all I've got for this video, so let me know what you thought of it in the comment section down below. If you would like to be a part of my new Discord community, there is a link to that in the description box. Also, if you're ever shopping at Thomann, I'd really appreciate it if you would use my affiliate link. It gives me a little bit of kickback and doesn't cost you a thing. Anyway, thanks for checking this one out. I appreciate you sticking around to the end. Until next time, I've been Kai.